Well, Shane, one man who knows what it's like to win a Golden Slipper, we've done a special story on this week. His name's Johnny Wade. I guess it's every jockey's worst nightmare to have a race fall bad enough to end your career. Well, for Johnny Wade of Newcastle, the nightmare became reality. After winning the 1977 Golden Slipper aboard the Great Luskin Star, Wade's career was cut horribly short one August afternoon at Bundamba. He now trains a team of horses at Newcastle, but each year around this time, it's impossible not to think of the glory days. And this year, with one of Luskin Star's protégés, Bold Promise, as a favourite for the Slipper, the memories were stronger than ever.
Hey, John.
It's just after 5 a.m. and Johnny Wade is living his greatest passion.
So you can go 3/4 5. No, work and go up the last two.
He's a trainer now, getting around with the help of a walking stick. His days of riding cruelly cut short, but not his optimism.
I've got to look forward, so, you know, I don't dwell on what's happened in the past. I've got to look forward to what's going to happen in the future.
As a trainer, do you get the same thrill of winning as you do sitting on the back of a thoroughbred?
I get more excited when my horse looks like winning than what I did when I was riding. If I rode a winner, it was just another winner, and that was great. But now I'm training and they win, I think I'm a nervous wreck sitting in the stand watching.
You can see it in his eyes. Each time he legs up his apprentice, he wishes he was on board. The feel of power, the thrill of racing. It has all been missing since a fateful day at Bundamba in 1984. Riding Coppertip, it would be his last day as a jockey.
750 metres out, and the leader's Secret Symbol, a couple of lengths in front. Oh, there's a couple down. There's a couple down over on the side there. Painter Rose, one of them. There's three down. Painter Rose, watch him go, and another one down as well, maybe Coppertip.
It's just unfortunate. I've seen falls and I've seen bad falls, and yet the jockeys get up and they walk away and nothing wrong. And I've had a little simple fall that just was nothing, and I couldn't move. It sort of upsets me sometimes, but, you know, not too bad.
The fall left him with a shattered hip, a broken collarbone and punctured lungs. Incredibly, yesterday in the Channel 7 studios, John Wade watched for the first time the accident which ended his career.
Symbol, a couple of lengths in front. Oh, there's a couple down. There's a couple down over on the side there. Painter Rose, one of them. There's three down. Painter Rose, watch him go, and another one down as well, maybe Coppertip.
John, it's the first time you've seen it in 7 years. How do you feel?
Well, I can just see what happened there. I was looking at it. That horse in front of me looks like he's hit the running rail, and I've had to check back off him. But that's, you know, when you're looking at something for 7 years and you haven't seen it before, you know, makes you feel a bit squirmy in the stomach.
What sort of feelings have you got?
Well, I think to start with, there should have been an inquiry properly into it, which never happened, and this is why I'm glad to see the video for the first time.
Is it sad to look back on it?
It is, yeah. I was out of action for a long time. Well, I've finished me as far as riding's gone. But I was out of action in a lot of pain for 2 years of it. I'm out of the pain that I used to get for that time. And I've practically got nothing. So, you know, it makes you look back at what happens, you know.
What did that race fall cost you?
I'd hate to think. I would hate to think. No, I don't know.
He left the course that day a battler, with a life of dreams still unfulfilled, except for the memory of a great little colt by the name of Luskin Star.
But Luskin Star had raced past Blazing Saddles in the closing stages, and Luskin Star is going to win pulling up. Lloyd Boyle will get up for second, but a very, very impressive win by Luskin Star is won by 6 lengths.
What was so special about him?
His acceleration at the finish. It didn't matter how he's travelling through a race. When you turned for home and you asked him for more, there was always lengths there. Even if you're riding him, I reckon if you'd ridden him for the first time and coming to the 3, you'd say you're gone. But when you straightened up, there's 6 lengths there.
1977, Luskin Star, ridden by John Wade.
Yesterday, he stood alongside the great Golden Slipper winning jockeys of the past for a special presentation. Of those not wearing silks, he was the youngest. It's more than feasible that he could have been riding in yesterday's Slipper, possibly taking home a fee of more than $100,000. A fortune in comparison to the $3,000 he collected for riding Luskin Star to glory.
What would you give to be on the back of one of these things today in race 4?
Quite a bit if it was Bold Promise. Well, I like Bold Promise because he's by Luskin Star and I'll stick with him. I like Pippi War because I think it was a very good win here the other day. And I'll throw Maxi Lees in for third because I've got to stick with the strength.
A couple of the riders not happy, but they're off in the slipper. Bold Promise missed the kick. Bold Promise is a clear last out of the starting gate. Vionnet tackled by Terse and Canonise. It's another one for Shane Dye. Terse wins the slipper. Terse beat Canonise. Third, Big Greens. Fourth, Vionnet, who ran a big race.
The emotions of the world's greatest race for 2-year-olds also encourages dreams.
We saw Clary Connors win the Golden Slipper for the first time. John Wade next year?
Hope so. Hope I'm crying like a Larry was.
Yeah, Shane, who knows? You might be riding for him next year, Johnny Wade, eh?
Be nice to.
Yeah, they're not all great days. I mean, it was for Shane yesterday, but it's a tough game, Keith, and he did ride a super horse, Luskin Star, didn't he?
Yes, the Golden Slipper really is the championship of 2-year-old racing. Horses go into it, Bruce, with credentials from all states, but the winner is emerges the champion. And that year, Luskin Star's year, we all thought Blazing Saddles was the best before the races. We may have thought that Bold Promise was yesterday, but boy, did Luskin Star give him and the rest a tailing.
He sure did. We'll take a break. Shane, don't go away because we'll talk BMW with Dr. Grace and all the other great races from Sydney yesterday.